The future is a blank canvas, Jacob. In order to understand it, you have to be receptive and open-minded.
What is this funny little thing?
That is a sensor. It's going to change the world.
This tiny thing is going to change the world.
Well, this tiny thing is not alone. Sensors are the soldiers in the army of the Internet of Things. Each of these tiny aggregators of information has the mission of analyzing a small fragment of the world. The sensors measure temperature, air quality, traffic levels, and 1,000 other things.
This is all very interesting, Entity, but what does it have to do with the insurance sector?
Everything, Jacob. It has everything to do with it. Let me introduce the sensor-based healthcare revolution. Do you see, Jacob? In a few years' time, it will be possible to measure the vital signs of each patient precisely and in real time.
Please, show me more.
From a smart car to a capsule, hundreds of sensors will measure position, speed, engine health, the condition of tires, etc. And all in real time. Don't you think that having this much information could be useful?
Of course, we need to use this information to our advantage.
Living systems will be hyper-personalized policies that are capable of adapting to the user's life in real time. A customer's policy will depend on that customer's state of health and their consumer habits. If that person exercises regularly, the present net value will be low. If they smoke every day, it will be high.
Interesting. And I guess the same goes for the other sectors.
Naturally. The IoT for smart cars will enable us to know in real time whether or not the customer is a good driver. As you can see, the present net value of the person's policy will automatically adapt to their habits.
Oh, I get it. There's no fully comprehensive insurance anymore. Each product and service has its own specific policy.
Exactly, Jacob. But try thinking big. Screening data using artificial intelligence will make it possible to create refined patterns as never seen before. Every variable will be taken into account. For example, did you know that children aged between 2 and 5 increase the likelihood of damage to technological products by 35%?
So I see. Well, the possibilities are endless. This future seems perfectly suited for my company.
Well, Jacob, it is, without doubt, a good future. But listen, you have to be very careful.
Entity, what's going on?
The hackers are coming.
Hackers?
In a world where data is everything, computer manipulation and tampering will become the #1 enemy. Cyber fraud will be much more dangerous and unpredictable than the typical fraud seen in the 20th century. Hackers will take advantage of any loophole or gap, no matter how small, to access your company's systems and swipe millions of bitcoins. Something as tiny as the sensor on the rear-view mirror of a smart car can offer a way in.
Entity, we can't allow this to happen. Those scammers must be stopped.
I couldn't agree more.
As humans, our lives have become so intertwined with technology, we don't even realize when we're changing technology and when technology is changing us. I think the days of automating human tasks are behind us. Now we really need to think about humanizing our computer interactions. So in this insurance age, with the new attention span, how do we keep the impatient digital brain occupied? Our brain's telling us, bring it on quickly, but do it in small doses. So we need to figure out how we're going to humanize these interactions to keep ourselves occupied. National Life is a learning organization, and we're adapting to this change.
In the end, it's all about the customer and establishing confidence with that customer. How will National Life attack this challenge in the coming years, and how will the relationship with their customer change?
Today, customer confidence is not about satisfaction. It really hinges on trust, and trust requires relationships. Every interaction we have with our customers is time to make a deposit into the trust bank and grow that deposit every time, even with digital interactions. So how do we make our relationships with these computers personal? How do we make interactions feel honest, feel genuine? That's the next step about humanizing our computer interactions.
IoT is a technology that everyone is talking about. How do you think it'll impact the insurance industry?
IoT is all about connections. There's countless interactions between humans and machines every day, collecting large amounts of data. Can we use this data to change the way we behave? Or as humans, are we going to remain unpredictable? I really don't know. We need to understand these technologies and pivot. We should be driving IoT and not having IoT drive us. This is not a solution looking for a problem. There are ethical, there are legal, there are moral, and security issues around this technology. We need to get in front of it. We need to address them before we can harness the power of IoT.